Are they playing it like that?
Yeah, but there's still not much you probably can adjust. I would say probably not as much when you're out there. You're not thinking about it quite as much, KB. They're probably not seeing all the visuals that we have.
Under center here. He's going to just push him forward. That'll work. Allen, is he in? Touchdown, Buffalo. He can run forward.
Their own version of the push. Gilliam coming in here, and then boom, ejects him into the end zone. That's a wall of red bodies right there in the end zone. I felt like that D-line was getting a little worn down. Really nice drive the Bills put together when they needed it most.
13th rushing touchdown of the year for Josh Allen. Most of any quarterback. Now, the extra point is blocked. It is blocked. Badgley, who had a rough debut last week for the injured Matt Prater, and that one doesn't get home, so it stays a full 7 points. Was it Jalen Carter who got it? It's tough to see. Let's find out. Oh my, look how high he is.
Oh my God, look at that. And a little low coming off the foot, and that's all it takes, 2 inches. What a great push and effort by Carter. I just love that. When you never concede a point, KB, you never concede anything. That's what great football teams do. They never take a play off. They don't take a punt return off. They don't take a field goal block. They don't take an extra point off. They just keep putting pressure on you. That's the mark of great football teams.
Jalen Carter has been a force today. He had a blocked field goal earlier in the year against the Rams.
Yep.
Helped them win that game. That's the thing, too. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis are starting linemen, play every special teams rep. Well, that's pretty big. Bill, so look here. Bills are on the board. That feels good for them. Shut it over, but that block makes it a full 7-point game still.
Yep. And we'll see if the Eagles, now there's a little bit of pressure that the Eagles have to feel. Now we got to go execute. Now it's a 1-score game. Can't quite play as conservatively as we have this entire second half. Got to get a first down. All that momentum kind of shifts back to the Bills. And now the Eagles got to answer the bell.
Here's Shipley on the return first. And up near the 30. Around the league today, as these playoff pictures become a little bit clearer, here's where you got the Jaguars get past the Colts. They still have a chance for the #1 seed next week, which is amazing. Steelers shocked by the Browns. They had a chance in the end, but 4th and goal, they were stopped. So they will play the Ravens for the right to go to the playoffs next week. And the Panthers had a golden opportunity today to lock up the South. They lose, so they'll play Tampa Bay next week. They still have a chance to get to the playoffs. That's where we stand. These two teams both in the playoffs, both hoping for higher seeding. Bills can still win the division with a win today and some help next week. Right now, 5:04 to go. Eagles up 7. 3 straight 3-and-outs for Philadelphia. Here's Barkley on a pitch, trying to get him to the outside. Wow. He gets slammed down. Matt Milano.
Wow, great job by Milano, beating the blocks coming his way. It's trying to get the ball outside on a toss crack play, but Milano inserting himself, sees color in a white jersey. That's Saquon Barkley, and his speed has always been his best asset. He kind of comes in there like a Scud missile. Boom, knocks him on the ground.
His soaking wet crowd back into it. In Orchard Park.
That's usually the guy they go to when they need it, A.J. Brown.
Said they'll draw it, and there is not much there as Greg Rousseau rides down Barkley, and it's 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, pretty good coverage to Skies. There you go, now the juice. This Bills Mafia coming to life. This is why this environment, they play so well at home.
Here is Hurts on 3rd and long. Going deep. Devontae Smith incomplete. The Eagles have 17 yards in this half, and another stand by the Bills D.
Wow, it was a great throw by Hurts to Smith. And Benford in coverage goes up there right between Smith's hands. Again, he's got those plastic gloves on and nothing to slow that ball down. Great coverage and a great stop.
More pressure on Man, who has another booming kick. Shakir backpedals and almost taken out by his own man back at the 15. And the Bills will get it with 3:21 to go, down by 7. It's amazing, right? I mean,
incredible.
Bills have not been able to do much all day. They finally get on the board with a little tempo on offense, and their defense has kept them in it with 4 straight 3-and-outs. And then there's this. We told you about the Bills, how many comebacks they've had, double digits. Well, kind of joked and said they had them right where they had them. Now we'll see if they could do what they've done all year.
Yeah, the defense has come to life for them and given them a best opportunity to come out here and see the magic of Josh Allen. Takes great complimentary football to do it.
Spencer Brown, TB, is back in, their right tackle, after we showed you got hit in the throat and eyes last time, so he's back out there.
Yeah, a ton of time left. 3 timeouts, 3:21. Not necessarily in a 2-minute situation, although I would say a lot like last drive, once you get them on the ropes, just kind of keep that pedal to the metal. You can get them going backwards.
Here is Cook. Good cut from James Cook. That's a good drive starter for him. Got to pick up 5 yards.
Yeah, no problem going back to their league's leading rusher. Big moments. Think about your best players, and that's James Cook. I think time really starts to get to be at a premium when you're under 1.5 minutes. But with 3 timeouts, tons of time. They haven't made a ton of plays in the pass game outside of some play action passes. Shakir's been their main target. They have to find somebody else to make a play here.
Allen, play action. Looking. Now in trouble, just kind of jump throws it away as time ran out. His pressure from both sides that time with Phillips and Ajomo there.
Yeah, great coverage. And then pressure, Mary coverage. It's got a little time, but if no one's open and you stuck holding it, and good job by Allen getting rid of that ball. Maybe he had a shot on this crossing route, but wasn't quite looking over there. The timing was definitely off.
Looks like it stopped raining in this window, so it's a good time to pass. Get through the Bills in their offense. 3rd and 5 here. Allen throws one near side complete. It's a first down. Good throw that time, and it's Cooks on the receiving end.
Yeah, good job. You kind of think Shakir's getting this pass, but when you motion in, softens the coverage up. That's just called an outcut, semi-route, a lot of different things. It's kind of just a cornerback's off, toss it out there. Seen a lot of great quarterbacks throw that ball to the field and out of bounds. Exactly what you wanted.
TV Brandon Cooks, this is his 5th game. He had 1 catch, 2 drops his first 4 games. 3 catches today, starting to get involved a little bit. Good sign for the Bills. Allen tries to set up a screen, and the Eagles read it well. They were all over that. Oh, we get a penalty. Ty Johnson, the intended receiver. Bond was on him. Now let's see about the flag.
It's pretty tight. Maybe a hold, Dean?
Yeah, checking if it's a hold or maybe an ineligible downfield.
Yeah.
Look at the Eagles read that one.
Yeah, looks like illegal downfield.
There is no foul in the play for an ineligible player downfield. They complete pass. 2nd down.
All for nothing. All for nothing.
All right, so they talk it over. No flag. You get a yard. A lot of times when you see those screens go awry, that happens. Total yards in this half. It's amazing. I mean, the Bills defense just kept them alive. 17 total yards for Philadelphia. That's why they've got this opportunity. Down 7, 2:26 left.
Wow.
Another handoff, and that is tough sledding for Johnson.
Yeah, don't quite love that call at this stage in the game. You will start running up against the clock a little bit. Now, if you hand it off and you gain 7, I'd say, hey, that's a great call. But if you gain 2, I'm like, yeah, not so much.
They seem pretty content to take it to the 2-minute warning. They've got work to do. All 3 timeouts, but 70 yards to go. Eagles by 7, coming down to the wire. Hey, it's been a hard-hitting game, right? The weather, big factor. Defense is playing great, and so it's an Eagles 7-point lead. Hit the 2-minute warning. Bills have it. 3rd down. All 3 timeouts.
We're good.
Late blitz coming. Trying to set up another screen. The Eagles are all over it. Johnson breaks a couple of tackles. Cooper DeJean, who's had a monster day, a career-high 9 tackles, destroyed that play. And fans with some boos here in the crowd.
Yeah, I can understand that. The handoff on 2nd down, the screen there on 3rd down, there's just too much team speed. But this Eagles defense going sideline to sideline, hem that play up in the backfield. Now comes down to 1 play. But man, Cooper DeJean has been all over the field today. Plays corner, plays nickel, tackles in the run game. Tremendous young player. It's just perfect for this defense. Everything that Vic Fangio asked him to do.
Well, here we go. This is the time when Josh Allen usually throws on the Superman cape.
Yep. It's his best, most dependable player, and then Knox, who he's got most familiar with. Expect the ball to go inside. They just have to hold up long enough in protection.
4th and 10. Pressure. Allen gets rid of it. Is caught. A little slip for 1st down. Oh, a beauty to Johnson. Oh, was that sweet. Shavers caught it, flipped it to Ty Johnson, and the Bills are alive.
And they get it into a blitz. All 5 guys coming. I mean, what a play call and execution in these conditions. The first catch to Shavers. The lateral. That was awesome.
They did that same play against the Texans in week 12 in a late rally. Now this one's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Same exact play, and they pulled it off. I think that was a 4th down as well, actually. A 4th and long, and they kept it going. That time Carter with the play. So Joe Brady's like, all right, I got this little crumpled up piece of paper.
That's right.
4th and long, here we go.
We know how to execute it pretty well, but it also tells you the challenge they're having just running normal plays to gain, you know, the required distance for these 1st downs. It's been really a tough defense, knocking balls down at the line of scrimmage, sacking. There's just not a ton of space for anybody all day. These are very hard-earned yards.
Four-man rush this time. Allen thinking deep, launching deep, taking a shot. It is held on to it, caught! Brandon Cooks!
Oh my God, Cookie going up top shelf. The slight bubble, pressing it against his face mask on Epps. A ridiculous throw and catch.
Allen going quick, gives it to Cook, and he stopped at the 10. Holy cow, Brandon Cooks gets let go, looking to come to a winner, and a really tough first 4 games. How about that one?
I tell you, I was around him for a long time. He was so diligent in every walkthrough. Even if I didn't throw it to him, he'd put his hands up in the air and pretend like he was catching the ball. He's been on a bunch of different teams, and nobody could say a bad thing about this guy. He is just such a great player to have in every program. Great seeing him come up with that type of play in this game.
Ray Davis in the backfield. 33 seconds ago, it's Allen looking. In trouble, Allen stays alive, turns it upfield, and he's inside the 5. And the Bills, I'm sure, will call a timeout, and they do.
Oh my God.
Holy cow.
Great protection, and then just the sheer will and determination. Jalen Phillips on him. But the wet jersey, the leg strength, and then Josh cuts back, making Blankenship miss. Jordan Davis having to come in and make the tackle. Look at this protection. so good as they've gotten here going these last 2 drives. Phillips, one more step probably gets him on the ground, but tremendous effort.
So, catch your breath a little bit for Buffalo. It's a 3rd down. Game on the line, down by 7.
Every play's at his disposal. You got 1 timeout. Regardless of where the ball goes, you got plenty of time to keep your poise and composure.
Third and goal. Allen, blitz, picked up, throws, caught, knocks, in,
Oh my God.
touchdown, Bills! Now, they missed the extra point previously. Otherwise, this extra point would be for the lead. Now let's see, was he in?
Yeah, right there on the catch to Knox. The traffic.
Oh,
he's short.
He's not.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. Obviously, every score is looked at, but Dean Blandino, it looks pretty obvious that he's short, right?
Yeah, the elbow forearm puts him down. This will also be a 10-second runoff, so the Bills will have to take a timeout to avoid that.
Yep.
And this will be their last, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be 4th down for the game anyway, essentially.
Sure. On the 6-inch yard line, 6-inch line, no yards and inches, 6-inch line. What a tackle, by the way, too.
Really?
Just save it for one more play. Give this defense one more chance. And then the will of Josh Allen, man, just figuring it out.
It's amazing.
Figure it out.
Put on that superhero cap, that cape. Ron Torbert going to square us all away as they look at this upstairs, but it's clear that Knox didn't get there. Are you just doing the Allen push, the snow plow, whatever you want to call it?
Yep, I think you have to. You go right back to it. He's your ball carrier, 6 inches. And then they probably go for 2 if they make it.
That's going to be my next question.
Yeah, of course. I think they just, at this point, yeah, both teams are kind of worn down. I don't know, they're playing great defense. They've had 4 straight 3-and-outs. It's a tough decision for McDermott.
After further review, the runner is down short of the goal line. It was Buffalo's ball, 4th down at the half-yard line. Because of the reversal in the last 2 minutes, this requires a 10-second runoff. Both teams have decided not to use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock to 8 seconds. The clock will start on my signal.
Oh, wow.
Wait, so the Bills aren't using a timeout. Clock's going to start as soon as they blow the whistle. Why would they not use a timeout here?
Yeah, they would have to.
Right? Clock starts to go.
Makes no sense.
As soon as they blow the whistle.
The clock will start on my ready for play signal.
No, that's crazy.
Has to, yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Cooler heads prevail.
Dean, is there a reason why you wouldn't just say you want to use it and avoid the runoff there?
Unless they don't want to give the Eagles any time
play.
on the back
Just
end,
make it
that
0.
would be the only thing. Yeah.
Let it go down to 5 seconds or 4 seconds and then call the timeout.
Well, clearly Sean McDermott's going to call one here because that would be nuts not to.
Yeah. Yeah, totally understandable. You'd not want to kick this ball off to the Eagles regardless of the situation. So smart play, let it run down to 3 or 4 seconds left and then call a timeout. Oh, 8 seconds.
And you know, you think about it, we've seen so many games too where you get a big kick return and 1 pass and a long field goal.
Totally.
So like it's the NFL is a little different world. So here it is. Bills down by 7, 4th and goal.
Yeah, hard to imagine that it's anything other than the push play with Gilliam kind of, you know, giving the shove and letting your big 250-pound, big-bootied quarterback try to sneak his way in there.
Yeah. Well, you said the Bills would go for 2 if they scored, and McDermott's saying, yeah, that's what we're doing. So,
okay.
First they got to get in.
First they got to get in.
Yeah, you circled this one on the calendar when it came out. This should be pretty good.
What a game, KB.
It's been pretty good.
What a game. Finding ways late in the season. Football weather.
Here it is. as Allen is shoved over and in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And they're going for two. Clearly in. The little push. Gilliam coming in from behind. Another rushing touchdown for this stud of a quarterback. Wow.
So, Badgley missed the extra point. Extra point was blocked last time. He's missed 5 on the year. Sean McDermott says, we're not doing that. We're going to go for the win.
Got to think that he's going to be on the move somehow. Be a sitting duck in the pocket. Something to get him out of the pocket where he's a dual threat. Kodak timeout for the Eagles.
Yeah, they took a little peek, gonna take a little picture.
Yep. Take the pictures.
Fascinating,
see
right?
what it's gonna be, and then make an appropriate call.
Here's what's at stake. The Eagles playing basically for a seed, right? They're in, they know they're gonna be a 2 or 3. Bills have a chance still at the division and a home game. So if they win, they're in play to still win the AFC East.
Sure. It's obviously so much at stake. Just a couple games left. All these games matter. They're so important for everybody to show out. Unfortunately, the Eagles offense just couldn't get anything going. They had a great opportunity to go on the road, but stalled out there in the second half, and you do that against a good football team and a good organization, the Bills, and this is the situation you're faced with.
Comes down to this. To win or lose. Allen looking to throw. Pressure throws. Incomplete. Don't see a flag. Eagles going to hold on.
Oh, he had him. And Josh knows it. Came off the fake. Shakir started in, then back out, had him open by 3 or 4 yards, and just tugged it left. Oh, he's got to put it on his body. Oh, it's kind of drifting left. The tendency is to pull it left. He knows it.
Attempted onside kick. Buffalo will attempt
Way to battle
onside
back,
kick.
but the play that Vic Fangio needed, and this Eagles defense, and Coach McDermott knows it too.
Had the look they wanted. Just couldn't execute, and Allen knows it. And so the Bills will try for an onside kick and then a miracle, but right now Philadelphia looks to be in position to hang on. 13-12 and a nail biter. You know, I'd say there's no chance, but we saw one of these last week at Chicago. The Bears won a game off it, so let's see. Bounce right into the arms of Goddard. That'll do it. Eagles going to come to Buffalo and get a 13-12 impressive win. And they've still got a shot at a 2 seed in this NFC. Wow, what a game.
What a game, and just such great defensive efforts by the Eagles in the first half, by the Bills in the second half. And it's kind of these grimy games, 13-12, nasty weather conditions, playoff football, playoff atmosphere, and it comes down to defending a 2-point play.
Take a knee, that'll do it. Bills won't win the AFC East. That'll go to the Patriots just with one, but they're in the playoffs. And the Eagles come away with a 13-12 win and a homecoming for Nick Sirianni. No, these two teams might be seeing each other in
absolutely
5 weeks or so.
Oh, it'd be pretty amazing. It'd be a great matchup between some great organizations, great quarterbacks that are poised. They expect to win. This was a great test.
Sure
Maybe
was.
a matchup for the future.
We'll see.
Count
What a
in.
good one for today. 13-12. Eagles take care of the Bills, and we're back to wrap it up from Orchard Park after this.